Hello and welcome back to yet another event video with me, Meoni, for Final Fantasy XIV. This time around we're checking out the All Saints Wake Festival, which is the annual Halloween in-game festival for the game. The fun kicks off over at the Amphitheater in Old Gridania with the Adventurers Guild Investigator NPC. I won't spoil the story for you, it's quite entertaining and I advise you to read through it. In short, after a series of basic tasks and some running back and forth, you'll come back here to the amphitheater and he will straight up reward you with the Circus Resonator, which is an item to learn the mount, the Circus Ahriman. This is a great little mount in my opinion, featuring the All Saints Wake theme as its flight music and sporting a special action button to visually strike the floor in front of you whilst in your ground mode with this spooky pumpkin face, with the usual death stare spell effects and humorous firework effects on impact. But if you actually slow down the footage here, you can see the textures of Moogles and Cactuars as it explodes, which is quite cute. It's a nice recolor of a popular mount and something which many people will be wanting for sure. I mean, it's for free, and thankfully it's very quick to actually acquire this through the very short quest line at the start, so you can grab this on all of your alts as well with much ease. But that's not actually where this event ends. No, that may be the main reward, but after receiving your mount, you actually get a new quest off of the same NPC that's highlighted by a plus icon above their head. This will unlock a nearby NPC in the amphitheater with the ability to talk to them and queue for a special 4-player dungeon for All Saints Wake. This is something you may have done before in previous years for the same event, but those who have not done this, basically you're teleported inside, your class and abilities are turned off, and you're essentially needing to complete 3 puzzles given by the Imp NPC before he will eventually reward you when the duty ends with some currency. These tasks usually involve finding the correct combination for a lock with numbers scattered around on paper all over the manor to find. Another is a light the pumpkin lantern with hot coals before the timer runs out minigame, and so on. Basically, you're working with 3 other players that you queue in with to solve these puzzles. This will actually net you pumpkin cookies upon completion. In one run of the dungeon, I got 5 of these pumpkin cookies. To spend the cookies on anything, you will actually find this NPC, Shady Smock, nearby in the center of the amphitheater. She is the actual event vendor every year. On her, you will be able to buy the new pumpkin carriage, an advertisement poster, and some fireworks. You'll note here then that 1 dungeon completion was enough for me to get both the carriage and the poster, which is pretty much all I wanted personally. There is also another quest here, but we'll come back to that in just a moment. This is the pumpkin carriage then in all of its glory, an absolutely enormous thing for sure. It's way bigger than I ever expected. I'm sure that's what she said. It comes with red lined seats which you can fully interact with and sit on as you would expect, and it's quite roomy inside. The seats and the pommel atop the carriage are actually dyeable if you apply dyes to the item, so there's actually a small amount of customization on offer here. It takes up a very large amount of room in a small house's garden, as you can tell here with our FC, so unless you can make it look really good in a small space, it's probably going to look best in a large estate ground. The advertisement poster looks like this in the game inside my studio, following that art style from last year that they used for the banner. Now we can actually use it in our housing areas to join in on the many other posters we're collecting from these events, which I have to say is one of my favorite things in the game to collect. And I always love the idea of the event artist in particular getting their work in the game for players to enjoy. I think that's very cool indeed. So let's quickly hop back to that other quest in the amphitheater. This will actually let you talk to another NPC nearby to phase directly into an open instance version of Hawk Manor itself. You can actually see here there's many other people from my server, and for the most part there's very little to do here other than roleplay or chill out in the manor. However, the imp in room 108, where you actually hand in the quest that we picked up just now, actually allows you to choose from a series of cryptic dialogue options to basically turn into different NPCs from the game for a short limited time inside the manor. They did in fact actually include Shadowbringers NPCs in it this time around as well, including Best Boy Grauhatir here, the new Yoshtola from the Raktika Greatwood, and basically all of the new versions of those characters, so you can mess around with that to your heart's content. And additionally with that, you can also use them in G-Pose mode this year, so you can take some really cool pictures and put them on your Twitter feed. It's a very fun little thing to do, and honestly I think the manor and the ability to just chill in it is always going to be one of my favourite things to do each year. I'm going to put out a more detailed mount video for the Circus Araman and read through its text, etc. But until then, thank you for watching, enjoy All Saints Wake, and I'll see you all next time.